Question number 1. Alright, so two sides of a triangle are 10 cm and 25 cm respectively. So the question is, the perimeter may be 72, 69, 39, or 50. Okay? So ang given sa atin is dalawang sides of a triangle. So we cannot assume naman na this is a right triangle. So meaning, hindi ka pwedeng dumiretso sa Pythagorean theorem. But instead, maraming available or maraming possible cases of triangle in here. Now, for us to be able to know ano yung mga possible cases pagdating dito sa triangle kapag given ka ng two sides, so what we can use is actually this, the triangle inequality theorem. So, ano yung sinasabi niyan? So, triangle equality theorem says that the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the third side. Alright. So, laging ganon. So, meaning, let's say we have this triangle ABC. So, the following inequalities hold. A plus B is greater than C. A plus C is greater than B. Or B plus C is greater than A. So, yan. So, there is no bigger side than the sum of two sides. So, laging mas malaki yung sum ng kahit anong two sides. Meaning, sa kahit anong triangle, mag-isip na kayo ng lahat ng possible triangle sa buong mundo. So, yung longest side ng kahit anong triangle will always be shorter dun sa sum ng dalawang other side. Alright? So, with that in mind, isipin mo na yung longest side is shorter always dun sa other two sides. So, with this question, na meron kang 10 and 25 cm, pwede tayong ma-arrive yung mga possible triangles based on those inequality theorem. Alright? So, una, check natin yung case side. Since meron tayong missing side, let's say x. Alright? So, assume natin na that would be the longest side. So, even if that is the longest side, sabi natin, the sum of the other two sides, which is 10 plus 25, will always be greater than that longest side. So, in this case, yung missing side yung assumption natin. So, meaning, 35, so 10 plus 25, or 35, would be greater than x, or that missing side must be less than 35. So, meaning, one case natin, if the missing side, if you can see, yung red side natin would be the longest one, it should be less than 35 cm. Okay? Okay, so yan yung one possibility. Next, what if hindi pala longest side yung missing side x natin? So we have that case too. Of course, kung hindi longest side yung x, yung missing side, so probably, most probably yan, yung 25 millimeter yung 25 centimeter yung ating longest side. So, kaya mangyayari, yun yung magiging assumption natin. Alright, so for this case. So, mangyayari sa atin ngayon, this time around, it would be 10 plus x greater than 25. Ayan. So, ganyan. So, what will happen? So, itong 10, ililipat natin dito sa right side. So, magiging x would be greater than 15. So, if your missing side is not the longest side, diba? So, your triangle would be like this. So, masasatisfy niya yung theorem as long as yun ay greater than 15 cm. So, therefore, with this in mind, para maging possible yung triangle mo, dapat daw yung x mo is less than 35 centimeters, but at the same time, should be greater than 15 cm. So, yan, dapat dito lang siya papasok, yung ating ano. So, kapag nag-out of bounds ka dyan, so hindi na siya possible triangle. Alright? So, now, kaya lang ang tanong sa atin is perimeter, di ba? So, we know that perimeter is just the sum of the three sides. So, kung ito yung triangle, di ba? So, 10 plus 25 plus the missing side x. Now, isa-substitute natin itong mga inequalities natin na x less than 35 tsaka x greater than 15. So, for the first one, sa x less than 35, kapag yun na natin dito, mangyayari sa atin, kung yung x natin is less than 35, di ba? Siyempre, kapag sinubstitute mo yung 35, the perimeter would be less than that. So, the perimeter is less than 10 plus 25 plus 35. And we will be having perimeter less than 70. Okay? So, ganyan daw yung perimeter for our possible triangles. Now, for the case 2, x is greater than 15. So, substitute natin ulit dito sa equation ng ating perimeter. So, greater than 15. So, the perimeter will be greater than 10 plus 25 plus 15. So, it will be P greater than 50. Okay? So, ano ibig sabihin yan? The possible perimeter for our triangle should be less than 70 but greater than 50. Okay? Or, yan, less than 70 and greater than 50. Now, if we're going to look at our choices, ano ba yung between 50 and 70? Diba? So, dito, makikita mo na ang papasok lang doon, yung magsasatisfy sa nakuha natin is yung letter B, 69. Alright? So, that would be our answer for problem number 1. Okay? Kung for example, may lumabas dito, 59, pwede rin yun. Pero since multiple choice, most likely sa board exam, isa lang yung possible na pwedeng maging answer. So 51 to 69, pwede yon. As long as nasa gitna siya ng 50 to 70, pwedeng triangle yun. Alright? Sige. So now, yun yung basic ng triangle, di ba? So basic, kailan nagiging possible yung triangle. Now, pagdating sa mga triangles, we know meron tayong mga different trigonometric functions, right? And sometimes we have to evaluate those. So ngayon, makakapag-evaluate tayo doon based here dito sa question number 2. Okay? Question number 2, we have A, B, and C are interior angles of a triangle. Oh, alam niyo na agad yan, pag interior angles, di ba? Sabihin, sum nila is equal to 180 degrees. Now, if tangent A times tangent B times tangent C is equal to 8.2424, and tangent A plus tangent B is equal to 2.5712, what is tangent C? Okay. So, ayan. So, ngayon, meron na tayong trigonometric function. So, now, to solve this, i-layout lang ulit natin yung mga given sa atin. Sabi, A, B, C are the interior angles of the triangle. Now, given din sa atin to, the product of the tangents and the sum of tangent A and tangent B, diba? So ito yung given lang. Now, kung mapapansin nyo, we have three unknowns, A, B, and C, and therefore, we have 3 equations. So it is expected na makakapag-solve tayo. 3 equations, 3 unknowns. Ayan. So now, manually solving this. Ayan. Okay. So we have here what we call, pwede natin gamitin tong concept na to, yung sum of 2 angles. So you can check it also in your handouts. So the sum of tangent of 2 angles, di ba? Tan A plus B is tan A plus tan B is equal to 1 minus tan A tan B. So this is just a basic concept about sum of 2 angles. Tapos pag kinuha mo yung tangent niya. Okay? Nung estudyante ako, pag sinasaulo ko to, ang tingin ko dito, tan, 1, tan, di ba? Para siyang tanta. Yan. Pero kapag plus yung nandito sa loob ng angle, plus yung nasa numerator, minus yung nasa denominator. Kapag naman minus to, kapag difference, magiging minus lang to, tapos yung nasa denominator magiging plus. So, ganun lang. Okay, so this is just a review. Okay, now knowing this, di ba? Kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong mga variables na nandito, tapos makikita din natin dito. Okay, so isahin natin. For example, ito, A plus B. Oh, nakita ko ito. Kapareho niya, A plus B din. So, dapat, i-modify ko tong equation na to para maging matira na lang yung A plus B. So, itong C, lilipat ko sa right side. So, magiging 180 minus C. So, yun yung A plus B. Ayan, di ba? Magkamukha na sila. And then, meron ako dito tangent A plus tangent B. Sakto naman, ito na rin yun. O, diba? Automatic. Isa-substitute ko na lang dyan yung number mamaya. And then, I have here tan A, tan B. Oh, ito yun, no? Tan A, tan B. Kailangan ko na lang ilipat na si tan C papunta dito sa right side. So, para mangyari yun, ilalagay ko sa denominator ng right side. So, I will have 8.2424 over tangent C. So, that would be equal to tangent A times tangent B. Alright? So, ngayon, with this, try na natin i-plug in yung mga values natin. Okay. So, we have this tangent A plus B. So, mangyari dito, magiging tangent 180 degrees minus C coming from here. Okay. So, this is equal to, yung nasa numerator, 2.5712 coming from this equation. Ayan. Over, yan. Isa-substitute natin itong 8.2424 tangent C. So, dito sa minus tan A tan B coming from here. So, merong 1 dito. Okay, so yan na. Kung mapapansin nyo, natira na lang yung C. O, di ba? Malapit na tayo sa hinahanap natin na tangent C. So now, to further simplify this, di ba? Kasi medyo pangit siya yung itsura niya. So gagamitin lang natin yung katulad nito, pero difference naman. Sabi natin kapag difference, it will be of difference of angles, tapos kinuha mo yung tangent, it will become like this. So minus yung nasa taas, plus yung nasa denominator. So tan, 1 tan. Yan. So minus and then plus. And then from here, sa right side, so copyahin lang natin yung nasa numerator. And then, i-simplify natin yung nasa denominator. So tangent C minus 8.2424 over tangent C. Okay? Okay, now, as you can see, tangent 180 can already be solved. Ayan. Kapag sinolve mo yan, gamit yung calcu mo, di ba? You know that tangent 180 is just equal to 0. So, ganun din dito. Tangent 180 is 0. So, meaning this whole term will be cancelled. Ang matitira sa'yo is yung 1 na lang sa denominator. Sa numerator, negative tangent C. Ayan. So, ibig sabihin dito, natira na lang sa atin negative tangent C. Tapos dito naman, so simplify natin to, you get the reciprocal of this and then you multiply by the numerator. So, you will be having sa numerator mo 2.571 times tangent C over, ang natira sa denominator natin is tangent C minus 8.2424. Ayan. So, ito. Kopyahin natin. So, dahil puno na tong page natin, punta tayo sa next page natin. Kokopyahin ko lang to. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin nyo here, we have tangent C at both sides. Diba? So, we can cancel that. So, cancel. Ang matira sa, sa left side would be negative 1 equal to 2.5712 over tangent C minus 8.2424. And cancelling out yung nasa denominator para mapunta siya dito, magiging negative tangent C, di ba? Kasi times negative. Negative tangent C plus 8.2424, it will be equal to 2.5712. Okay, so now, what I want is yung tangent C, di ba? So, inegate ko lang lahat ng signs. So, I will be having these equations. And tangent C is equal to negative 2.5712. Plus 8.2424, and I will be having 5.6712 as my answer for the equivalent for the term tangent C. So, there you go for question number 2. Okay, alright, sige. So, next would be question number 3. So, yan, medyo review lang ng mga equivalence pagdating sa sa trigo. So dahan-dahan lang tayo. So pero syempre, it's up half of the work is from us, 'di ba? Pero half of the work is from you. So para mas ma-review nyo pa, so we recommend na mag-solve pa tayo ng mas marami pang problems. Okay, so question number 3, try natin to. If sine 3x is equal to cosine 9y, what is x plus 3y equal to? Okay. So we have this equation nga, di ba? Sin 3x is equal to cosine 9y. Okay, now, one of the identities, pagdating sa sine and cosine, yan, co-function, tawag natin doon, co-function identities, kaya nga sine, tsaka cosine, di ba? Cosine x is actually sine ng 90 minus x. And in the same way, sine x is equal to cosine 90 minus x. Diba? So, taking advantage of this, di ba? Kasi nga, magkaiba sila ng with using this co-function identity, itong cosine, pwede natin siya may convert sa sine, pero yung angle in between, di ba? Kailangan mo lang siyang isubtract from 90 degrees. So, with this, ito, i-copy natin to sine 3x, equal to, itong cosine, gawin natin sine. So, magiging sine, pero 90 minus 9y. So, coming from this co-function identity. So, since we have this, di ba? So, dahil sine pareho na sila, ibig sabihin yung nasa loob niyan, dapat equal din. So, we have 3x is equal to 90 degrees minus 9y. So, di ba? So, itong 9y, ilipat natin dito sa left side. So, I will have 3x plus 9y equals 90 degrees. But what I want is x plus 3y. So from here, we can divide it by 3, itong term na to, so we can arrive for this equation. So we have x plus 3y is equal to 30 degrees. So there we go. So meaning, my answer dito would be 30 degrees. Okay, so that's question number 3. Yan. Now, punta naman tayo sa question number 4. So, medyo madali na yung question number 3. So, sa question number 4, we have a certain angle that has an explement 5 times the supplement. Find the angle. Yan. So, makikita nyo meron tayong terms na explement and then supplement. Diba? So, ano ba yun? So, tingnan muna natin. So, by definition, okay, ito alam natin to from elementary trigo, diba? Complementary angles, the sum of angles is equal to 90. When you say supplementary angles naman, the sum of angles is equal to 180. And for the explementary angles, it is equal to 360. Padoble-doble lang. So, yan. So, ibig sabihin yung explement, yung angle, tsaka yung sum nun, yung angle, tsaka yung explement niya is equal to 360 degrees. Now, we have that angle that we are trying to look for. So, let's say we let that angle be equal to theta. Alright? Now, if we want to know the explement, sabi natin, yung explement niya, tsaka yung angle, equals to 360. The explement should be, so now, explement would be 360 minus theta. Yun. So, ano yung supplement? So, supplement, therefore, is 180 degrees minus theta. So, now, from there, we can solve. Yeah. So, from this word problem, sabi natin, the explement, yan, the explement, or 360 minus theta, yan, is 5 times the supplement. Is 5 times the supplement. So, 180 degrees minus 5 times 180 degrees minus theta. So, there you go. So, pwede kayong gumamit ng solver nyo kasi, di ba, sabi nga natin, meron naman tayong bagong calculator na yung solver ay napakabagal kumpara sa Casio. So, good luck, di ba? Pero, at least meron, di ba? So, tingnan natin. So, pero pwede nyo rin manually, sabihin nyo, ano ako, purist ako. I'm a pure mathematician. Diba? I hate calcu. So, pwedeng ganito. So, 360 minus theta is equal to 5 times 180, 900. Diba? Minus 5 theta. So, pag samasamahin mo lahat ng may variable na theta, sa left side, 5 theta minus theta equals 900 minus 360. So, from here, I will be having 4 theta equals 540 degrees. And dividing both sides by 4, so I will be having theta equal to 135 degrees. So, ayan. So, that would be the answer for question number 4. Alright? Ayun. Sige. Tuloy natin. Aha. Ito naman tayo dito sa question number 5. Question number 5, how many meals are equivalent to 200 grads? Okay? So actually, some of you, ako, yung nalaman ko yung meals and grads, parang nagre-review na ako. So hindi siya masyadong sikat kasi ang gamit natin is degrees, minutes, and seconds. Pero yung mga yan, nag-iimbento sila, angular measurement din siya. And ginagamit nila yan para mas precise daw yung pagdating sa measurement nila. Probably ginagamit sa mga pagdating sa shipping, ganyan, or sa mga aircrafts. Yan. Sige, tingnan natin. So, by conversion, ang kailangan mo lang naman dito, since angular measurement, ang familiar tayo sa degrees, you just have to know the conversion from the degrees papunta dyan sa mga unusual angular measurements, angular units natin. So, for the grads, 400 grads is equal to 360 degrees. For the meals, 6,400 meals is equal to 360 degrees. Meaning, one circle, di ba, is equal to 400 grads, and one circle is equal to 6,400 meals. So, with this, knowing this, diba, means that 400 grads is equal to 6,400 meals. And if I want 200 grads coming from 400 grads, diba, I can just divide it by 2, both sides, and I will be having 3,200 meals. And there we go. Okay. So, ganun lang yung question number Di ba? Ang dali. So, sa mga probably, ito pa lang yung second day nyo. Tama ba? Yeah, second day nyo. Yung tendency ng iba, parang, uy, chill. Parang, konti pa lang. Ito, pang-anim na subject ko pa lang, di ba? Pero, I advise na always keep up within the lectures na tinuturo within the day. Parang, kung anong tinuro ngayon, aralin nyo mamayang gabi. So, kasi marirealize nyo, kapag naipon at naipon siya, sobrang dami pala, tapos natatambakan ka na. At experience na maraming estudyante yan. Parang, naka 3 months na, hindi pa rin sila nag-aaral. Kasi, lagi lang silang nag-rank game sa Mobile Legends. Ayan. So, ganun. So, lagi kayong mag-aaral. Okay, next one is question number 6. So, find the amplitude and period of y is equal to sine x cosine x. Ayan. When we say amplitude and period, ano ba yun? Diba? So, ano ba yung amplitude? Ano ba yung sinasabi niyan? Bakit biglang ganyan? So, the amplitude is the height from the center line to the peak or to the trough. Or the period goes from one peak to the next. Or from any point to the next matching point. Oh. Saan nakikita yan? Nangyayari itong amplitude and periods kapag if we're talking about waves. Ayan. Now, if we're going to graph, yung mga trigonometric function natin such as sine and cosine actually. So, nagpa-follow siya ng what we call sinusoidal waves. So, parang ganito siya, waves. Yan, yung mga sine and cosine. Now, pinag-combine mo yan, normally ganito pa rin. So, nagpa-follow siya ng, kaya nga sinusoidal coming from the root word sine. So, wave siya. So, amplitude, period, sabi natin from one matching point to another. So, yan. So, yung length na to, that's what we call period. Parang sa sa menstrual cycle, di ba? So, kapag nagkaroon ka na ulit, di ba? Uy, period ko na. Di ba? Kasi umulit ka na, nagkaroon ka dito, tapos nagkaroon ka na ulit. Yan. 28 days yung period kung kailan nagkaroon ka ng matching point. 28 to 35 days, tama ba? So, di ko alam. Ayun. Tapos yung amplitude, it is the peak daw from the center line. So, meaning from here, yan, ito yung amplitude natin, from the center line to the peak. Yan. Yung trough na sinasabi, pag pa-negative yung yung value, yun yung trough. Actually, ito crest, tapos trough, tapos period. Alright. So, tawag natin dyan sinusoidal waves. So, knowing that, di ba? So, amplitude, kung Cartesian plane to, so meaning the amplitude is your maximum y. Di ba? Maximum, how do you find yung maximum ng graph mo? So, solve natin to using, although this is a trigo, may nagtanong kasi sa previous class, meron bang ibang way para ma-solve na hindi gumagamit ng graph? Normally, i-graph mo yung sin x, cosine x, tapos hanapin mo kung kailan siya nagpipik. Ayan. Pero kapag gusto mo nang i-solve ng using calculations, mag-optimization ka. Optimization using first derivative equal to 0. Hanapin mo yung y, hanapin mo kung saan yung x na yun, then solve for y. Sige, tingnan natin. So, we have this equation, y is equal to sin x cosine x. Diba? So, para malaman ko yung peak or yung highest niya, so, kailangan kong mag-solve through optimization. So, kukunin ko yung first derivative. Oh, di ba? Meron tayong differential trigo pa lang. So, kukunin ko yung first derivative ng y, dy dx, or y prime. So, for the first term, since this is multiplication of terms, di ba? Sin x times derivative ng cosine x is negative sin x. Plus, itong cosine x times yung derivative na to, so cosine x. Ayan. So, para ma-optimize ko to, dapat daw itong first derivative equate natin sa 0. Di ba? So, ito magiging negative sin squared x. Kasi ito plus cosine squared x. Yun nga. Yung first derivative natin kailangan equal sa 0. So, from here, dapat daw yung cosine squared x mo is equal to sin squared x. Ayan. So, meaning, yung values ng x, kung kailan yung sine squared x niya ay equal sa cosine squared x, yun yung mga values na, yun yung mga, doon mo makikita yung peak or yung amplitude natin. So, meaning, it can be cosine x is equal to sine x, or dahil square yan, pwede namang cosine x is equal to sine x, or the other way around. Yan. So, sa mga, hanapin mo yung x values dyan, yan yung mga peak. Alright. So, dito, kailan ba nagiging equal yung sine x sa cosine x? So, makikita mo yan. So, first quad, kung papunta tayo sa positive, sa pi over 4. Ayan. Sa 5 pi over 4, 9 pi over 4. So, yan. For this one, kailan ba ang cosine x ay equal sa negative sine x? So, equal yan dito sa mga values na to. 3 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, 11 pi over 4. Yan. Sabihin at these values, dyan mo makikita yung peak. Ngayon, kapag ginamit mo to, itong mga values ng x, to substitute mo dito. Yan. For example, itong pi over 4. I-substitute natin mula doon sa original equation natin. Pi over 4. Yan. I-substitute natin sa x, di ba? Sin pi over 4 times cosine pi over 4. So, that would be square root of 2 over 2 times square root of 2 over 2. So, kung mapapansin nyo, equal yung sine sa cosine, di ba? So, that would be equal to 0.5. Ayan. Meanwhile, for this one, kapag nag-substitute tayo ng sin pi over 4 times cosine pi over 4, ay, may mali dito. Okay. Na copy-paste lang. So, for example, nag-substitute ka ng 3 pi over 4 dito naman. Kunyari, 3 pi over 4 yan, tapos 3 pi over 4 to. Ayan, tapos magne-negative yung sa cosine mo. Ang may equal mo ay negative 0.5. Okay? So, 3 pi over 4 to hindi ko lang na-edit. Basta, tapos yung isa dito, negative. Basta negative 0.5 yung nagiging answer mo dito. Basta sa lahat ng yan, kapag sinubstitute mo to, itong mga values na to, papunta dito, makukuha mo is negative 0.5. So, it's either plus 0.5 or negative 0.5. So, yung amplitude mo is 0.5. So, kapag ginraph mo yan, ganito yan. Yan. Dito sa pi over 4, nandito yung 0.5. Tapos bababa ka ng bababa. Sa 3 pi over 4, yan. Sa gitna ng pi over 2 at pi, andito yung negative 0.5. Tapos tataas ka, dito yung 0.5, so ito yung 5 pi over 4. Meaning, lahat ng x na yan, di ba? Kahit kung ano man yung nakuha mo dito, sobrang dami kasi yan. So, infinite yan, dahil nga wave. Pero lahat yan, iisa lang ng value. Iisa lang ng value ng y, which is 0.5. Dito naman, sa lahat ng to, iisa lang lahat ng value na makukuha mo, which is negative 0.5. So, yun yung mga yun. So, therefore, yan yung amplitude mo, 0.5, negative 0.5, or simply 0.5. Now, for the period, sabi natin, period is from one matching point to another. So, hanapin mo lang kung anong values yung nag-equal ka. For example, itong x. Diba? Hanapin mo lang yung difference nila. Kasi ito, difference from here to here, yung length niyan. So, ito yon 5 pi over 4 minus pi over 4. So, from here to here. So, ayan yun. Or, pwede rin naman, ito rin, 7 pi over 4 minus 3 pi over 4. So, from here to here. Diba? Or, yan. So, you must be getting the same value. So, yan. From here, we have equal to pi. Yan. So, yan yung period natin. Okay? So, through graph, diba? Kapag chinek mo, itong pink, yan yung sine graph natin. Yung blue, ito yung cosine graph. Mapapansin mo, sabi natin, kapag equal yung value ng sine at cosine mo, which is dito nga, sa pi over 4, ayan, or sa 5 pi over 4, ayan, nandun yung mga peak. Ayan. So, for example, from here, dyan yung peak. Or kapag yung positive nung isa equal sa negative nung isa, andun din yung peak, although negative. Okay, so therefore, yung amplitude natin dito, yan, is 0.5. Period naman, from one another. From one peak to another. So, length nila equal sa pi. So that is question number 6. So kapag may mga question pa kayo, ilapag nyo lang sa Q&A natin. Ayan. So next question ay question number 7. Okay. Okay, actually, you can check again. 7, 8, 9 is related to each other. Ba't kaya? Tingnan natin. So, evaluate natin to question number 7. So, we have given a triangle ABC. How many possible triangle or triangles can be formed for the following conditions? We have AB equal to 18 meters, AC is equal to 25 meters, and angle C is equal to 42 degrees. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, 2 sides and 1 angle. Okay? Ngayon, check mo, minsan may isip mo, nasa gitna ba ng sides yan? Malalaman mo kapag yung angle mo is nasa gitna ng sides. Kapag, for example, AB, AC, yung pareho siyang may A, di ba? So, meaning, yung angle A yung nasa gitna nila. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, wala yung angle C is not in the middle of these 2 sides. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Kapag ganon, kapag wala siya sa gitna, we have this tendency to have ambiguous cases when we are trying to solve triangles. An ambiguous case happens on an SSA condition or side-side angle. Kapag yung angle mo nasa gitna ng dalawang side, side, angle, side. Pero kapag side-side angle tayo or yung angle mo wala sa gitna ng dalawang sides, we can have possible ambiguous cases here. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? So, for example, meron kang triangle na ganito. Given ka ng side A, side B, di ba? Tapos yung given angle mo is the one that is not on the middle. So, let's say angle A. So, we have these possible scenarios. Yan. Given ka ng angle on 2 sides, it can be 0 triangle or 2 triangles. Okay, so ngayon, you just have to go back here to these situations. So, mangyari yan, whether your angle na given sa'yo is obtuse or acute angle. Ayan. So, kapag yung angle mo is obtuse angle, okay? Ano naman? Diba? So, for example, your angle A is obtuse. Now, if your A is less than or equal to B, you have 0 triangles. What do we mean by this? Diba? Mayroon tayong angle A. Now, the opposite side of angle A is of course side A. Yung opposite niya. If the opposite side of the given angle yan, is less than the sa other side or equal, less than or equal sa other side, you have 0 triangles. But if the opposite side of the given angle is greater than the other side, you have 1 triangle. So, sa 2 triangles, kapag obtuse yung binigay sa'yo, hindi ka pwedeng magkaroon ng 2 triangles. Alright. Now, what if acute angle yung binigay sa'yo? Acute angle. If the opposite side is less than the other side, or A is less than B, you can have 0 triangles. If A is greater than or equal to B, or the opposite side is greater than or equal to the other side, you have 1 triangle. Now, posible din na if the opposite side is less than the other side, pwede pa lang maging 2 triangles. Meaning, same situation to. Yan. Kapag yung opposite side is less than the other side. So, pwedeng 0 or pwedeng 2 triangles. So, diyan ka malilito. Diba? So, ano yung pang-differentiate mo between these 2? So, gagawin mo, since given ka ng angle A, the side A, side B, kailangan mong kunin yung angle B using law of sines, di ba? So, law of sines, parang sine angle over yung measurement ng opposite side niya. So, meaning makukuha mo yung sine B. di ba? So you just have to get sine B for this situation. Acute angle A and A is less than B, and evaluate sine B. If sine B coming from law of sines, so sine B is greater than 1, so 0 triangles. If sine B is less than 1, you have 2 triangles. So that's how you So importante itong slides na ito. So ibig sabihin, hindi porket binigyan ka ng sides, isang triangle lang 'yon. Hindi ganoon. Kapag meron ang binigay sa'yo ay SSA, expect na pwede kang magkaroon ng ambiguous cases. Ayan. So, balikan natin yung problem natin ngayon. So, na-explain natin kanina na ito, SSA siya, kasi nga itong angle C ay wala naman sa between nila. Di ba? So, evaluate natin. So, 18, 25, and 42. Okay? Now, for visualization, ganito lang siya. We have AB 18 meters, AC is 25 meters. So, si angle C, opposite niya si AB. Kasi ang nawawala dito sa letter na to ay si C. Kaya opposite yun ni C. So, si A, yung gitna ng dalawang given sides, malamang andito si B. So, A, B, C. Ayan, sakto. AC, AB. So, ito, BC. So, missing side yan si BC. So, yung mga red natin are the missing angles and sides. Okay. So, papansin nyo, our angle is acute angle. Di ba? Sabi natin, acute angle. So, kapag acute angle ka, dito ka, sa second row. Now, the opposite side, ano yung opposite side natin? Opposite side ng angle C ay AB. AB is less than nung other side natin, the other given side. So, if the opposite side is less than, so pwede kang 0 triangles or 2 triangles. Yun pala yun. So, meaning, dahil nandito tayo nag-fall sa case na A is less than B, kailangan nating i-evaluate yung sign ng other angle para ma-check natin if 0 o true triangle siya. So, sige, balikan natin. Ayan. So, ito yung problem natin, di ba? Ayan. So, sabi natin, we have to evaluate the other angle na pwede nating makuha using sine law. So, if sine C over AB, so using this side, ano ba yung opposite nito? So, B. So, sine B. So, sine B over AC. Okay? So, from here, I will just substitute in values. So, I will have sine 42 degrees over 18 meters equal to sine B over yung AC natin, which is 25. So, from here, I will be getting sine B equal to 0.9293. And, nakita natin na from here, the sine of the angle is less than 1. Therefore, you have 2 possible triangles. Yan. So, diba? So, 2 possible triangles. Yan na yun. Ngayon, kung di ka naniniwala, pwede ba yun? Diba? May ganun ba? Diba? Baka niloloko nyo kami. O, di-evaluate mo. Try mong isolve to, ituloy mo. Kunin mo yung angle BC. Check nyo, guys. Kapag tinuloy mo yan using sine law, solving BC using sine law, makukuha mo ng side BC is 25.22. Now, if you try to get BC using cosine law, so cosine law, 3 sides and angle, diba? Makukuha mo is equal to 19.18. So, yan. So, yung itsura niyan, parang nangyari, etong AB natin, nag-rotate, parang pag ganito yung pangalawang triangle. Meron kang pag ganitong line dito. So, paano ba mag-drawing dito? So, yung pangalawang triangle mo, yan, parang pag ganito. Yan. So, yung isa pag ganito, ay, pangit. Paano ba, Paano ba burahin? So, eraser. Oops. O yung angle mo, wala. Pag ganito siya. Yan, pag ganito pala. So kung makikita mo ito, 18 meters pa din. Yung blue line ko, 18 meters pa din. Pero at the same time, 25 meters pa rin to. Diba? Parang ito, 18 meters, tapos 25 meters to. Tapos 42 degrees pa rin to. So yun yung second triangle ko. First triangle, so second triangle ko pag ano to. So nag-iba lang yung value ng BC. Kasi hindi mo naman talaga alam ito eh. So nasatisfy niya pa rin yung given na yun. Yun yung ambiguous triangle. So dalawang cases ka. Okay, so yun. So, pero kapag di mo pa rin na-gets to, di ba, balik ka na lang doon sa table. Next, question number 8. Given two sides and an angle of a triangle, ito na naman, di ba? So, AB is 40, AC is 35, and angle B 65 degrees. How many distinct triangles can be formed? Ayan. So, ano ba yung nasa gitna nila? Malalaman mo kung yung nasa gitna nila kung ano yung may parehong letter. Di ba? A. Ibig sabihin yung nasa gitna nitong dalawang sides nito should be angle A. So, ibig sabihin, wala sa gitna. So, papasok na naman to sa ambiguous case natin. Okay, yan. No, ambiguous case. Ito na naman. So, balik ka lang dito. Again, number 1, check mo kung obtuse or acute angle. Tingnan mo yung angle mo. Acute ba siya? O, diba? Acute nga siya. 65 degrees. So, less than 90. So, dito ka papasok sa second row. Okay. So, now, we have AB, then AC. Diba? Check natin. Sabi natin, ano ba yung opposite niyan? So, basta nandito tayo. Check natin if the opposite is less than or greater than the other side. So, from here, 65 degrees. If we're going to draw yung triangle natin, so, ganito siya. Yan. So, malamang si angle B, 65 degrees, is, ang opposite niya is yung walang B, which is AC. So, AC is equal to 35. So, yeah. Again, itong opposite side is less than dun sa other side natin. So, from here, mapapansin mo na from the ambiguous case ng table natin, it's possible na it can be 0 triangles or 2 triangles only. Okay, so yun na naman. The opposite side is less than the other side. So from here, dalawang case na naman. So check mo na naman yung sign ng yung opposite ng other side. Yan. So given that, 'di ba? Sabi natin, the opposite is less than that. So, evaluate natin yung sign ng pwede natin, using sign law, di ba? So, from here, using sign law, we have this side, opposite nito is C, so sin C over AB is equal to sin B over itong AC. So, by evaluation, sin C over 40 is equal to sin B over 35. So, we will be getting sin C. So, yan. So, from sin law is equal to 1.0358. Okay, from here, sabi natin, sin B, dapat sin C to. Since sin C is greater than 1, we have 0 triangles. Yan. 0 triangles. So, yun na yung sagot mo. Sige. Try mong isolve to. Meron bang sin C na meron bang sign na greater than 1? Wala. Try mo i-solve yan sa calcu kung may masasolve kang angle dyan. Wala. Ibig sabihin, hindi nag-exist yung ganitong triangle. Ibig sabihin na to, optical illusion yan. Yan. Kapag in-evaluate mo yan, kapag tinry mong i-drawing to with the right measurements, di ba? Wala kang mag-drawing na triangle talaga. Kaya, thus, 0 triangles. So, ito, this is just for visualization. Okay, so yun yung question number 8. Ayan. Doon na pala tayo sa ano, no? Now, punta tayo sa question number 9, which is related pa rin sa ambiguous cases. Di ba? So, in here, given triangle ABC, we have here AB is equal to 11 centimeters and BC is equal to 5.4 centimeters. And we have angle C is equal to 154 degrees. So this time around, we have an obtuse triangle. Ayan, obtuse triangle. So now, kung mapapansin nyo, angle C, di ba? Ano ba yung nasa gitna nitong dalawang side na to? Ang common sa kanila is si B. Sabihin nyo nasa gitna nila is angle B. So dahil wala sa gitna yung angles na si C, so papasok na naman tayo sa SSA condition. Alright, so from here, from this ambiguous case, sabi natin, check mo kung obtuse or acute. From here, we have 154 degrees na angle. Kaya, papasok tayo dito. Yan. Yung una nating sagot kanina, dalawang triangle pinagsabay. Diba? Tapos yung zero triangle, so ibig sabihin, wala kang nahanap. Pinagsabay ka kanina, tapos wala kang mahanap ngayon. So sana, sa ganitong question next, makita mo na yung the one triangle. Diba? So, how many triangles can be made? So, papasok tayo dito sa obtuse case. Yan. It's either the opposite is less than or greater than. Okay, so ano ba yung opposite side nito? Opposite side nito ni angle C, malamang yung side na walang C, which is AB. Okay, or kapag dinrawing natin to, yan, ganito siya. Si angle C, ang opposite niya malamang si AB. Now, the opposite side, ano ba yung the other side? 5.4. So, si opposite side is greater than dun sa other side. So, meaning, if greater than yung opposite side, so ito, papasok siya dito. Obtuse angle and the opposite side is greater than the other side. So, one triangle. So, ito na yun, si the one. Yan. So, ngayon, paano yan? So, since angle C is 90 degrees or obtuse, and then the opposite side, AB, is greater than the other side, BC, so you have one triangle. Yan na yun. Yan. Ngayon, kapag gusto mo talagang i-confirm kasi, naniniwala ka sa facts lang, di ba? Di ka naniniwala sa opinion. So, syempre, ikaw, fact-checking ka. Solve mo yan, di ba? So, using sine law, kapag sinolve mo tong side na to, makukuha mo 5.89 centimeters. And kapag sinolve mo using cosine law, still 5.89 centimeters. So, yun talaga, walang pag-aalinlangan. Siya na talaga. Isang triangle lang. Yun. So, that's it for question number 9. So, now, natutunan natin for the past 3 questions that when you have SSA, di ba? Yun lang naman yung lesson here. You can have these ambiguous cases pagdating sa triangle. Pwedeng wala, pwedeng isa, or pwedeng dalawa. Walang tatlo. Yun lang yun. Huwag yun ang pahirapan yung sarili nyo. Okay. So, next 4 question, last 4 questions. Karamihan sa board exam, actually, ang kamukha niya is yung 4 questions. Yeah. So, yan yung mga word problems. Diba? Na walang figures. Diba? Trigo siya. So, geometry. Pero, ang bibigay lang sa'yo word. So, it's up to you to evaluate those papunta sa figures and then from there to your solutions. Okay, sige. Okay. So now, from here, solve natin question number 10. An observer measured the angle of elevation of the top of the building and found it to be 26.4 degrees. 26.4. Tama degrees. And after moving 74.5 meters closer to the building, the angle of elevation of the top of the building was 52.6 degrees. So, how high is the building? Okay. So, ganito yun. So, basically, through figure, yan. Nagpunta siya sa isang point, tinignan niya, 26.4 degrees daw. Okay, fine. Diyan. Ngayon, lumapit siya, di ba, ng 74.5 meters closer to the building. Kasi nabighani siya, gusto niya talagang makuha yung height, di ba? Now, nung mineasure niya at that point, let's say B, 52.6 degrees na. Ang question, ang gusto nating malaman, ano yung height nung building na yon? Or for here, let's say, ano yung height ano yung Y, diba? So, ngayon, gagawin natin from here, ito yung parang, na-transform mo na siya into figure. You want this, diba? You just use trigonometry to solve this. Why? So, since again, triangles, di ba? Ang nakikita mong triangles dyan, ito. Yan. Considering yung height, this. Tapos meron ka pang isa, ito rin. So, dahil yun yung nakikita mong triangle, so mag-set tayo ng distance na horizontal distance from A papunta sa building, which is unknown. So, let's say L, di ba? So, if this is L, therefore, from the building papunta sa point B, so that would be L minus 74.5. Okay. So now let's set up the equations. So going here dito sa maliit na triangle na to. Okay. So we have using tangent, di ba? Opposite over hypotenuse. So tangent 52.6 is equal to y over L minus 74.5. Okay, so that's my first equation. Next, taking advantage naman itong the bigger triangle, so using tangent again as well. So tangent 26.4, di ba? So opposite side na to is y, and the adjacent side is itong malaking to, yan, si L, kaya equals y over L. So ngayon, meron ka ng 2 equations and 2 unknowns. So from here, we can evaluate. So, simplify natin, alis natin yung mga denominator. Yan. Sorry. So, we have tangent 52.6 times L minus 74.5 is equal to y. And then, dito naman, we have L, tangent 26.4 equal to y. Since pareho silang equal sa y, we can just equate these 2 equations, di ba? So, tangent 52.6, L minus 74.5, equals L tangent 26.4. So from here, pwede ka nang mag-solver or pwede mo nang isang solve na mas madali yan. So you can do is distribute this papunta dyan. But then, ang natira na lang sa'yo dito is just one equation and then one unknown. And you will be getting your length equal to 120.07 meters. Yeah. Dahil alam mo na yung length, di ba? So gamitin mo na lang yung mas madaling equation, siguro ito. So, substitute natin yung length na nakuha natin dito sa equation na to. Or dito na lang pala. Yan. Para diretso na sa y, di ba? So, y is equal to L, tangent 26.4. So, substituting yung nakuha natin ng 120.07. So, we have y is equal to 59.6 meters. And there we go. Our solution for question number 10. Yan. So, question number 11, medyo madugo, medyo mahaba. Yan. So, makikita nyo kung bakit. Sige, let's do this. So, Engineer Morales, yan, pinagtripan nila ako. Nilagay nila yung apelyido ko. So, Engineer Morales desires to measure the height of a tower by observing a vertical angle at point A. He then moves 54 meters to point B towards the tower and observes the vertical angle to be twice of that A. He again proceeds to point C, moving further towards the tower still on the same line at a distance of 21 meters. The observed vertical angle of the tower at this point is 3 times that of point A. So now, determine the angle of elevation of the tower at B. So ganito yung nangyari dyan. Okay? So meron tower, yan. So sabihin nating Eiffel Tower na ano siya, nagawa sa diamond. So, mula sa, gusto mong sukatin yung height niyan na y. Ngayon, coming from point A, di ba? Ang ginawa, may mineasure na angle, which is unknown. Sabihin natin theta. Alright? Now, lumapit towards the tower ng 54 meters. And it turns out na at that point, the angle is twice that of the angle of elevation at point A. Now, lumapit pa ulit, di ba? Palapit ng palapit. So, 21 meters. Closer to the tower. So, it turns out na yung angle daw papunta sa point na yon at point C is thrice of the angle at point B. So, the question is, ano yung height ni Y? Ayan. So, unknown yung angle natin ngayon. So, again, katulad ng ginawa natin kanina, we have triangles. So, kung ito yung opposite side ng mga triangles natin, we have also to evaluate yung mga horizontal lengths natin. So, let's say that the horizontal length here is equal to x. Okay, so from here, right, kung ito yung x from A, papunta dito sa tower, so, mula sa B, papunta sa tower, so of course, that would be x minus 54. And then, lastly, from C, papunta doon sa tower, so that would be x, minus mo tong 54 and 21, so x minus 75. Ayan. And from here, we solve. Okay? Kung makikita nyo, meron tayong tatlong variables na y, x, tsaka theta. So we have three unknowns here. So expected na somehow we need three equations para ma-solve to. So let's try. Okay, so for this first equation, gamitin natin yung pinakamalaking triangle. Ito. If we evaluate the tangent theta, so that will be equal to y over x. Yan. So puro ano, no? Puro unknown variables. If we try to evaluate ito, yung next triangle along point B, yan. So we have tangent 2 theta is equal to y over ito yung side na to, x minus 54. Okay. So we have two equations. Okay, nakikita ko na siguro pwede akong mag-cancel out ng at least one variable using these two equations, di ba? So what we can do is to evaluate is itong tangent 2 theta. So pwede mo siyang makita dun sa double angle. Sa handouts nyo, merong double angle. The tangent 2 theta, di ba? Yung tangent 2 theta, equal yan sa 2 tan theta over 1 minus tangent squared theta. Ano lang siya, parang tan, 1 tan, except that, pareho kasi na theta lang yung ano. Kaya ganito yung lumabas. Okay? So from here, di ba, it's actually hard to evaluate yung mga trigonometric functions. So what I suggest kapag nag-solve kayo is eliminate yung mga trigo functions as much as possible. Kasi kapag nag-solver kayo, using trigo functions, medyo matagal din talaga. Mas matagal siyang mag-iterate. So, gagawin natin, para maalis to, itong tangent theta, di ba? Pwede ko na lang siyang substitute ng y over x. So, ganun gagawin natin dito, para mawala lahat ng theta. Here, itong tangent theta, magiging times y over x. Tapos ito naman, yung tangent squared theta, magiging of course y squared over x squared. So, magiging 1 minus y squared over x squared equals y over x minus 54. O, diba? So, from here, I can establish what? I can just establish the relationship between y and x. So, simplifying this, diba? So, copy the numerator. So, simplify natin to. So, it will become x squared minus y squared over x squared. So, copyahin to. And then from here, get the reciprocal of this times this, di ba? So, mangyayari sa atin would be 2yx squared over x times x squared minus y is equal to y over x minus 54. So, ito sinimplify lang natin, so we arrived here. And now, as you can see, meron kang y dito, meron kang y dito, so I can cancel that. And dito naman, meron akong x squared dito, tapos may x ako sa baba. So, cancel ko yung square para makancel yung x dito. So, ang matitira sa atin pala, is 2x over x squared minus y squared is equal to 1 over x minus 54. So, from here, so, simplifying it furthermore, itong denominator cross multiplication, diba? So, 2x times x minus 54 is equal to x squared minus y squared. And now, finally, to establish the relationship between y and x, so ililipat ko to sa kabila, tapos lahat ng x pagsasama-samahin. So y square is equal to x square minus 2x times x minus 54. Ayan, so using these two equations, I am able to establish the relationship between x and y. Okay, pero kulang pa. Diba? Sabi natin, we have 3 equations, 3 unknowns. So we need furthermore 1 equation para makapag-solve talaga. Okay? So, copyin lang natin yan. So, ito yung dalawang equation natin na ginamit kanina. And we've arrived with this relationship between y and x. Diba? So, para makapag-solve pa, gamitin natin yung another triangle na hindi pa natin nakukuha, which is this. Yung pagganitong triangle natin. Here, yung tangent 3 theta, if we try to evaluate this is equal to y over x minus 75. Okay. Now, sabi natin, ayaw natin to, di ba? Medyo ayaw natin to. Itong tangent 3 theta can be evaluated as if this is tangent theta plus 2 theta. Ayan. Equals y over x minus 75. Para naman, mapag-combine talaga natin itong tatlong to. Now, itong tangent, itong sum of angles, we know this is just tan 1 tan, di ba? So upon evaluating this, magiging tan theta plus tan 2 theta over 1 minus tan theta tangent 2 theta. So copy lang natin yung sa right side. Ayan. So now, from here, what now? Kung mapapansin nyo, kaya mo nang i-cancel out yung mga trigo functions mo by substituting itong tangent theta to y over x. At the same time, tangent 2 theta is equal to y over x minus 54. So, i-plug in mo lang yung mga values na ipapunta dito. So, what will happen to our equation would be, okay, sige, papunta dito. So, we have, dito sa tangent 2 theta, yan, y over x minus 54. Sa tangent theta, yan, y over x. So, ganoon din dito sa denominator, 1 minus y over x times y over x minus 54. Coming from here. So, ito copy lang. Ayan. Tapos ito, from here, algebra na lang. Diba? So, mapapansin mo dito, by visual implication, diba, na yung denominator mo dito magka-cancel. So, if you simplify this, so, di ko masyadong i-explain how to simplify this one. So, kapag sinimplify mo yan, ito yung ma-arrive mong equation. From here, coming from here. Magka-cancel yung denominator, tapos ito, nagko-cross multiply ka lang. Ito, kinapin mo papunta dyan. So, yun. Ganun siya. Equals y over x minus 75. So, ito, assignment nyo yan, mamaya, diba? Evaluate mo papunta dito. Next, mapapansin mo na dito sa numerator mo right now, lahat mayroong y. So therefore, I can cancel out yung y dito. Y, cancel out. Yan. Diba? And then from here, ang makukuha ko would be like this. Yan. So solve pa ulit natin. Tuloy lang natin. So copy natin to. Yan. So, coming from these 3 equations, ito yung na-solve ko kanina. Okay? Sige, so let's further, simplify this. Kung mapapansin nyo, y square, diba? Lumabas na yung y square na na-establish natin kanina. Ito, diba? So, itong term na to, ipa-plug in ko papunta dyan. Diba ang habang saya? So, plugging that value papunta dito. So, magiging minus this term. X squared minus 2x times x minus 54 is equal to 1 minus 1 over x minus 75. And, pwede mo nang gamitin yung solver kasi from this time around, you have 1 equation, 1 unknown. You use your solver, diba? So, from here, you can evaluate that x is equal to 96.43. Ayos. Now, to solve for y, edi syempre, ito yung gagamitin kong equation kasi ito nga yung pang-establish ng relationship natin. So I just substitute yung nakuha nating x papunta dito. So that will be 96.43 square minus 2 times 96.43 times 96.43 minus 54. And I will be getting y is equal to 33.4. Now, ang question sa atin dito is, ano daw yung angle of elevation at B? Yung angle of elevation at B is 2 theta, meaning I have to evaluate what is 2 theta. So meaning, para makuha ko to, ang kailangan ko is itong equation na to. Itong tangent 2 theta. So tangent 2 theta is equal to y over x minus 54. So y is 33.4 and x is 96.43, diba? Minus 54, yan. So 2 theta would be equal to 38.21 degrees. Ayun, diba? Payag ka, haba ng solve mo, tapos 1 point lang siya sa board exam. Tapos meron ka ng 1 over 75. Tapos yung 74 items ganyan din. Di ba? Well, hindi naman, not necessarily ganyan. Normally, ano yan? Three questions. Parang question 1. Di ba? Ano yung length ng tower? Gaano kalayo si tower mula sa point A? Ito yung sagot mo. Ano yung height ng tower? 33.4. Ano yung angle sa B? Ayan. So, normally ganon. 1 case, 3 questions. Whew! Ang haba. Alam kong gutom na kayo, pero wag muna kayong kumain. O, pwede naman kayong kumain. So, alam ko yung iba sa inyo, di ba? So, may tagapag-alaga, di ba? May tagaluto. Sarap buhay. Yung iba sa kanila nakahiga pa, tapos naka-dekwatro, di ba? Ayan. Sige, punta tayo ngayon sa question number 12. Okay. So ngayon, kanina building, dito naman, bundok tayo. So we have two stations A and B, and then they were set up to determine the height of a mountain. And the angles of elevation to the top of the mountain measured from stations A and B were 27.25 degrees and 30.21 degrees, respectively. And station A is 55 meters above station B, but station B is 310 meters closer to the mountain. If the elevation of station A is 41.63 meters, what is the elevation of the top of the mountain? So from here, what can we do? Diba? Is to visualize the problem. So, ayan, meron kang bundok, diba? Pero tamad kang mamundok, diba? Or hindi ka pwedeng mamundok kasi GCQ pa. Diba? So, doon ka lang sa labas. Hinahanap mo yung Y, yung length Y. So, sa point A daw, may nakuha ka na 27.25 degrees angle of elevation. Sa point B, meron naman 30.21 degrees. Now, that point A is 55 meters higher than B, but B is 310 meters closer to the mountain. So now from here, diba, gusto mo yung hanapin mo si Y. So again, if we establish the height as Y, yung horizontal distance then we have to establish as well. So from point A, the distance, let's say X. So kaya ang mangyayari dito, papunta sa point B, the horizontal distance will be x minus 310. And if this is y, of course, from point A naman, papunta sa top of the mountain, it will be y minus 55. Okay, so yun na yun. So next would be what? So next is trigo part na. So solve natin yung mga tangents. Okay? So punta muna tayo dito sa first triangle, yung pagganitong triangle. Yan. So we have tangent 27.25. So the opposite of this, ito, yan, equal siya dito, y minus 55. And of course, yung length nito is x, kaya ito. Now, for the second equation, ito naman, pag ganito. So halos pare-pareho lang yung pag-solve natin sa trigo. So tangent 30.21 is equal to y. So yung y, yung height. And then yung length dito is x minus 310. So now from here, you have two equations, two unknowns. And there you go. Diba? So, evaluating this, okay? So, kapag ginawa natin x in terms of y, so magiging x, diba? Pagpalitin mo lang to, is equal to y minus 55 over tangent 27.25. And then from here, I will substitute this term papunta dito. Yan. So, mangyayari sa equation ko, pero ito, simplify muna natin. Yan. Tangent 30.21 times x minus 310 equals y. And then this x, I will substitute it here. Yan. So, tangent 30.21 times y minus 55 over tangent 27.25. Diba? Minus 310 equals y. So, one equation, one unknown, I will be getting y is equal to 1859.52. So, yun na ba yun? Yun na ba yung sagot natin? Diba? Hindi. Sabi kasi sa atin, ang hinahanap, the elevation at the top of the mountain. Given that, the elevation at A is something, which is 421.63. So, meaning, to get the elevation of this, I have to get the elevation at A, and then yung vertical distance from A. So, that's why elevation at A, tas plus, ito, y minus 55, plus y minus 55. And from there, ano? So, si elevation at A given from the problem, plus y. So, yan yung ating, nakuha kanina. Minus 55. So, from here, I will be getting 2226.15 as my answer for problem number 12. Okay. So, last question. Bago kayo kumain ng masarap na pinagluto ng nanay nyo, di ba? Or yung iba pinagluto ng asawa. Or yung iba pinagluto ang sarili. So, yan. Or yung iba bumili lang sa karinderya. Diba? Yung iba umorder ng McDo. Kaya mag-alala, wala pang 5 minutes to. Yan. Tignan natin. We have two towers A and B and placed at a certain distance apart horizontally. The height of A is 40 and that of B is 30 meters. The question is, compute the vertical distance from the ground to the intersection of the lines, forming the angle of elevation of the two towers observed from its base. Okay. Yan. So, evaluate natin para for better visualization. We have these two buildings and A and B, diba? They are 40 meters and 30 meters respectively. So, ano may tinatanong na intersection, di ba? Bakit may ganun? So, ngayon, nag-form ka ng dalawang angle of elevation from its base. Now, the question is, yung intersection, ano daw yung height nun, yung y? Diba? So, ano yung value of that y? Okay. So, what I can do, since meron akong vertical dito, di ba? Tapos may horizontal distances. What first can we think of is similar triangles. Kasi ito, similar sa dito sa malaking triangle. Ito naman, similar naman siya dito sa mas malaking triangle. So ngayon, knowing those vertical and horizontal distances, set natin pang horizontal distance A. Sabihin natin si A, tsaka si B. Ayan. So from here, again, similar triangles. Unahin natin itong unahin ko. So, si y over a. So, ito. Itong triangle na to. So, meron akong triangle y over a. Similar daw to, syempre, dito sa 30 over a plus b. So, yan. 30 over a plus b. Next. Ito naman, y over b. So, yan. Yung triangle na yan. Equal yan. Similar yan dito sa 40 over a plus b. A plus B. Ayan, di ba? So, you have three equations, three unknowns. You have three unknowns pala. But you only have established two equations. Kailangan mo pa ba ng third equation? Well, this is the specialty or ito yung uniqueness siguro ng similar triangles. And especially if you're using similar sides. Try muna natin simplify ito. Makikita nyo. If we try to simplify this, alisin mo yung mga rationalization. Diba? So, magiging ito, y is a plus times a plus b is equal to 30a. Tapos dito naman, y times a plus b is equal to 40b. So, mapapansin mo, makakancel mo agad itong mga to. And you can already establish a relationship between a and b. So, 30a is equal to 40b. Or b is equal to 3/4 of a. So, ganun. So, yan. So, from here, try natin kung kapag nag-substitute tayo, may masasolve na tayo dito. Ayan. So, mangyayari sa atin dito, let's try to solve this. If I try to substitute this, b is equal to 3/4 of a, di ba? Etong b, magiging 3/4 a. 3/4 a. Ayan. So, mapapansin mo, mangyayari sa atin dito is magiging y over a is equal to 30 over 7/4 a. And yung a mo dyan, sa denominator, magka-cancel lang. Di ba? Magka-cancel lang. Kaya automatic, may makukuha kang value ng y is equal to 17.4 meters. So, mapapansin mo kasi AB, lahat sila length na sa denominator. Tapos yung na-establish mong relationship, length lang din. So, magka-cancel out lang yung nasa denominator mo. Kaya, yan. May nakuha ka na agad. Okay? So, that's it, guys, for today. I think sumobra na ako sa time. And masyado nang mahaba. So if you have questions, just publish it here. And probably I can answer it through, yan, sa ating Microsoft Teams. So, thank you guys. So, moderator.